I knitted English style for a really long time before switching to continental, and I have a whole video all about that up here that you can check out. But today we are focusing on purling. I'm going to just jump right in here and first show you kind of my natural rhythm. And then I'm going to slow it down for you, show you super slow and break it down piece by piece. I hold the needle same way as I do for knitting continental, with my hand kind of closed. Some people, again, use an open hand. I don't like it. If you like it, cool. So when I come in here to purl, I'm coming through the stitch on the left needle, and my right needle is coming out under the working yarn, so that as my right needle comes back up around, my left index finger is kind of pulling it down just gently to guide it into place. Here, let me show you that again. It's coming in under the yarn and scooping up as this finger comes down. I used to try to use my thumb for this a lot more. When I was figuring it out, I hadn't quite gotten the hang of that yet. And so I used to purl continental at first by sort of pinching it. And you can see I can do that decently, and this, you know, it may work for you. But my problem with it is that it is a little slower, and I have a lot harder time controlling the tension, as opposed to when my whole hand is controlling the tension and I'm just gently pulling it down, and then this pinky is letting in more slack as needed. If you've had any purling struggles yourself, let me know about it in the comments down below. It's really common for your purling to be a little looser, as mine is actually. But if you think it's too big of a difference, you can try to push down a little more on that as you're purling. And honestly, if it stays a pretty big problem, if you're working flat in stockinette stitch, you can just use a size smaller needle for your purl rows. So just get 2 different size needles and work with those. Like I always say, experiment with a few different ways of holding the yarn. I hope that this gives you a few more options. Play around with it. Try not to collapse through your wrists too much. Don't hold your hands too tight. When you find that sweet spot, you'll know. I hope that was helpful for you. I have another video you might be interested in over here. Don't forget to subscribe, and as always, more on BeccaJNorman.com.